Lorena Wiebes' sprinting is like something out of a dream. It's like her legs don't feel the pain, her ears don't hear the crowd shouting, and her eyes totally ignore the parked cars by the side of the road. She's hunched over in the drops, a little more aerodynamic than her competition, a little more aggressive in her body movement as she accelerates, and a lot faster. In this video, we're talking about all things Lorena. Let's start with how it all began. Of all things in the world, a breakaway was what set it all off. In the Dutch village of Dalen, it was April 27, 2015, King's Day. It was her country's national holiday. Amongst a sea of orange, this 16-year-old got up the street and outsprinted rivals 2 years older for her first win. Before that, Wiebes preferred cyclocross because it was less scary. However, the more road races she won with her quick finish, the more she loved them. She already had the desire to go big. Wiebes doesn't really know where this desire came from because neither of her parents participated in any competitive sports. She made her pro debut in 2018 with the Dutch development squad Park Hotel Valkenburg. For her, it was the ideal team at the ideal time. Next, let's talk about her success. Any flattish race is her domain. The Ronde van Drenthe,
Champs-Élysées in Paris, and in the green jersey, Lorena Wiebes of Team DSM came through to take a second stage victory of the race, just ahead of
the RideLondon Classique, the Women's Tour, and the Giro stages. With the help of a strong Team DSM unit, she's winning more frequently than ever. One sequence of World Tour results in May and June of 2022 went 1-1-1-1-85-1-1. The anomaly was brought on by a sad crash. The fact that Wiebes doesn't want to stop at pure sprinting may be the scariest part about her. She's already the biggest nightmare for other fast women. She never thought she'd be pushing 50 victories in the professional ring before even turning 24. Wiebes had hoped for a few top 20 places in her first year, but she was already 11th at her second race, the Omloop van het Hageland, with cramped legs. In 2018, she won 4 more events, including her first major victory over Jolien de Hoor at the Benet Ladies Tour. She needed to beat the best sprinters to boost her confidence. Soon after going pro, she met Andre Boskamp, who later became one of the biggest influences on her career. Now for her most special victory. When you ask Wiebes about her most memorable victory, she immediately mentions the 2019 National Championships. She battled Marianne Vos, Amy Pieters, Ellen van Dijk, and Annemiek van Vleuten in the final 10 kilometers. She outsprinted Vos barely 6 years after sheepishly posing for a selfie with her. In addition to proving that she is more than a one-trick pony, it was a huge victory for the underdog team with a budget of roughly 600,000 euros. That's where Demi Vollering came in and made a breakthrough as she began competing in World Tour events. In 2019, Wiebes cemented herself as a consistent World Tour stage champion, finishing the year with 15 victories and the top overall ranking. It turned messy at that point. She wanted to move up a level after being left freelancing in finales. Boskamp noted that Park Hotel could not provide her with what she needed. She did, however, sign a 3-year contract in 2018, and the management planned to enforce that. She was accused of contract breach by Park Hotel Valkenburg as she was weighing multiple offers. At the last minute, they came to a settlement and avoided going to court. Moving on, here's how she's moving forward. She uses her strong legs to win races, and it looks like the Park Hotel Valkenburg spat is history. Some of the cyclists are even her friends and training partners. It was a weird situation, and she says that she learned from it and her team did too. She learned to approach things differently, to exchange ideas more frequently, and not to hurl insults towards one another. Most importantly, she thinks it's best to try to solve things quietly away from the media. Since there's only been one controversy in her career, let's not assume that she's a troublemaker. Many sprinters are pretty much drowning in ego.
the peloton was being strapped up as they went towards the Col de Hautbois, the bonus climb through.
But she exudes none, just a calm strength and a dry sense of humor. Her older brother Enrico's cocaine addiction has been a personal battle for Wiebes throughout her meteoric career. Wiebes kept quiet about Enrico's issues for a long time in the peloton. In the final season of the Dutch television program Verslavd in 2020, her brother was featured, and a sobriety journey was recorded. But with addiction, you're never truly out of the woods, and things have been challenging since then. Understandably, she prefers not to discuss it at the moment. In addition to a squad racing around her, Team Sunweb has given Wiebes the assistance she needed, including cooks, a diet plan for the races, and a mindset expert, DSM's term, with whom she meets occasionally, along with other members of her team and male development riders. She spends a large portion of the season residing in an apartment at their state-of-the-art Keep Challenging Center in Sittard. Finally, meet Kool and the gang. In order to better herself, Lorena will compete in head-to-head sprints and training races with teammate Charlotte Kool. Kool is another crucial piece of the game, having been brought on board from NXT STG Racing as her final lead-out woman for 2022. Although they're still getting to know one another, Cool's explosive force frequently causes the single-file line of sprinters to sag before Wiebes delivers the final blow. Meet Cool and the crew now. The Women's Tour's second stage gave us the opportunity to watch Team DSM's briefing and study how the various parts of the Wiebes wind machine work together, including those for lower placings.
Ahead at the race though, the intermediate sprint, Anya Lau led through, but the battle for the green jersey is hotting up. Lorena Wiebes just out sprinting.
Wiebes had won 11 of her 13 sprints when we went to press in 2022. It's understandable why the disappointments remain in her memory like thorny weeds in a tidy garden. She had a concussion at the Simac Ladies Tour in August of 2021, and her lengthy recovery led her to abandon the crucial Paris-Roubaix race, or the heartbreaking disappointment of the Lotto Belgium Tour last summer. She was in the lead when she was involved in a crash on the final day, and as she was frantically chasing back on, her chain came off. Now for another exciting news. Lorena's gonna be even faster next year. First up, here's what she's got in mind for next year. She said it, she's coming back faster. Her rivals have been warned. Without a doubt, Lorena Wiebes will continue to win. The question is where her boundaries are and how long winning so much will be a task. The future's up in the air. More cyclocross and track cycling may be involved. She also took home the bronze at the Gravel Nationals a month earlier. Glasgow's hosting of the Road World Championship is Wiebes' top priority for 2023. She would also encounter a route designed specifically for fast riders at the Olympic Games in Paris a year later. Next, Wiebes is moving fast. With 23 wins over 50 racing days, Lorena Wiebes was the most successful rider of the year.
Both these riders, the next green jersey sprint with 26.4 to go. It was the team of SD Worx that were looking to try and set.
She has a few specific goals in mind for the upcoming year, as she inked a new 3-year contract with SD Worx. But on Friday, she competes in a cyclocross race in Niel, Belgium, before joining her new squad for a trip to the USA. She's just 23 years old, but she has already accomplished a lot in her career. When she was in her early teens, cyclocross was where her career began. She even disliked road riding, favoring cross because of its sociable atmosphere. Wiebes values social connection both on and off the bike, and is a family woman. The young girl has signed with Park Hotel Valkenburg after many victories in the junior category, including a European and national title. The untranslatable Dutch word gezelligheid is best used to describe that squad, which also had a lot of social interaction and a sort of coziness. It's obvious how vital a close-knit environment is to Wiebes. She also discovered that in the nearly unbeatable DSM sprint train, which included Pfeiffer Georgi in the position before Charlotte Kool as the final leadout. Finally, here's what's next for her. While Wiebes is by far the fastest rider, many of her victories are backed up by a reliable lead. While Wiebes has demonstrated that she can surf and hustle for wheels on her own, it is fair to say that her successes would not have been as numerous without her DSM teammates. Pfeiffer Georgi, Franziska Cook, and Charlotte Kool have successfully shepherded their leader to the final few hundred meters for many of her victories. All of this begs the question, will we see the sprinting star's trajectory continue if she joins Team SD Worx in the upcoming season? Wiebes may find it difficult to adjust without the Team DSM leadout she has grown accustomed to, but she will surely return to winning in 2023 and the goal of adding to her already sizable win total. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of Lorena's epic season so far? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.